there we go. Here we go. We are doing everything blue tonight. So we're going to start off with some blue Bayou. Oops, how about I do a right camera angle though? There we go. All right, we're doing blue, everything blue tonight. It's going to be an amazing night tonight. This first item I've been wanting to make for a little while and haven't done it. Oh, come on, snap. Snap, crackle, pop. There we go. Oh, there we go. Toss that. Here we go. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. I have extra tubing in case it does blow up. Just in case. What's up, Chris? How are you doing, Colleen? Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, I told you it'd blow up. Very much a possibility. I hate this tubing. That's okay, though. All right, we got a mess right off the bat. Cool. All right, we're just going to park this right there for the moment. Ooh. I just need to attach this so we can park it in the kiln, and I'll preheat it. Then we'll finish it up afterwards. We'll start off with another tube. Hopefully one that doesn't blow up. And here we go. If this one blows up, I'm going to be really sad. We got a big mess to clean up already. Already had a tube explode. What can I say? I guess we have a I guess we have our remix color ready for the other night for next week. All right, let's go. Yeah, so I just had a big tube explode on me. About $30 worth of glass. Just kind of blow up on me. If I can't save it. So yeah, it blows up like that. Turns into little bits. But I have to pick it up with a tool because it's too damn hot otherwise. All right, let's try that again. So we're going to start out here. And there we go. What's up, Philip? Melissa, how are you? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome in. Just had our first little mishap here. That stuff happens. So we're going to have to cheat it a little bit. This is a little bit of improvising. We're going to cheat it a little bit. I wish it was a lightsaber, but Melvin, keep your eyes out for the next couple streams. We are going to be making a lightsaber. We're going to make a lightsaber. How you doing, Philip? Yeah, we will definitely be making a lightsaber very soon. And the blade will glow in the dark. What's up, Dragonfly? How are you? Good to see you on. You miss it? Well, you can. Nice thing about the replay is you can go back and watch the tube blow up. I can't hide that. I warned everybody that it could happen, though. I was a little nervous about that piece. Just call it a gut instinct. All right, we're going to pop this guy on. Seal that on there really well. I hate doing this part. This is kind of like, eh. I don't like this part. I hate using prefab tubes. I like pulling points. But we're going to get that all nice and melty on there. Then we're going to come out here. If this blows up, I'm going to be really mad. I'll keep my cool, but I'll be mad. So far, we're good. I'm hoping. We may get lucky. All right, we're lucky on this one. This is 32 years for me. Someone asked in the questions how long I've been doing this. This is 32 years, day in, day out. And I have not regretted a single day of it. I love my job. I learned it from my mother. She started in 1972, pioneered a lot of women doing this, and pioneered a lot of techniques, to be honest. She was pretty much beast mode. Probably one of the best in the world and unrecognized. Jaden, my mom, actually got me doing this. So tonight, right now, I'm going to make actually a sushi dish. So a soy sauce, you know, for like wasabi or soy sauce or something. We're going to make a dish for sushi or any sauce whatsoever. But we're going to do it out of blue, and we're going to add some coloring to it. So tonight we're going to make a functional dish, like a little sauce dish, which will be kind of fun. What's up, Bayo? How are you? All right, here we go. Yeah, so tonight we're going to make everything's going to be blue themed. It's going to have a blue theme. We just got to pull that down a little bit. All right, so this is our base right here. This is the cobalt we're going to start off with. We're going to bring it out. First thing we're going to do is on the outside of it, we're going to fume it with pure silver. Silver is one of the main colorants in glass. Italians kind of perfected it way back in the day. They called it Chalcedona glass. They were mixing silver into the colors. They called it Chalcedona. There were a few other materials in there. I'm not going to give away all the Italian secrets, but yeah, they perfected it. All right, so first things first, we're going to have to come in. We're going to take this and we're going to fume it with pure silver. So it's going to go from this, well, right now it's orange. It's going to go from this blue color. We're going to basically silver plate it. And here we go. So we got a little silver on this rod right here, and we're just going to vapor. We actually have a lot of silver on here. It's too much, to be honest. And we're going to vaporize the silver right on. I want to make sure it doesn't fall. But the silver gets so liquefied, it can fall right off the flame. Ooh, 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 ooh. You can kind of see it right there, that little nugget. It almost fell. And now we got a silver plating onto the glass, like that. We're going to burn it in. This is actually going to make it a little bit brighter on the silver. We're basically polishing it, like you do with a polishing cloth. And now it gets a little bit brighter as far as the coloring is concerned. And then we're going to blow this open into kind of like a ball shape, almost like we're making a Christmas ornament. So we're just going to heat it up, blow it open. And I haven't made these in a long time, but Stephanie was reminding me that we need some dishes, some sushi dishes, some sauces. So I was like, yeah, we could do that. We could start making them again. All right, woo, getting floppy. That's why I don't like these holding rods like this. So now we got a little ball. Okay. We essentially have a little ball shape at the end here. You can kind of see that silver busting through there. Change the coloring. And then we're going to separate it. We're going to do what's called a little punty right there. So now we got an attachment here. We got to open it up here. This part's kind of cool. It's not kind of cool. It is way cool. What's up, James? And so we're going to heat this up. And in order to detach this, we're going to make it as thin as possible. And we're going to expand the top of this little bubble out to a gigantic piece, considering the size of the little point that I'm heating up right there, that little bit. So we're going to bring it here. And a little bit more. There we go. Here we are. We're going to flame cut that sucker down. Now we got a little, I don't know, it looks like a plant. I didn't think I was going to need these tonight, but apparently I do. Oh, there they are. So we got to give it a snip snip. So we're going to heat it up and just all the way around. This is one of the funnest things you can do in glass right here. Cutting it is amazing. I love cutting glass. I don't know why. You ever seen those AI videos where they cut the glass? No, this is the real deal. All right, so now we're left with a little opening right there. Almost looks like a goblet, right? We're going to get this nice and mellowed out right here. So we're going to thicken the rim up here. So we're going to bring it in, thicken it up a little. Give it a little paddle. Right there. All right, I'm going to turn it to the side view because this is way more fun to watch. TikTok, I'm sorry, you're going to get a good view anyway. All right, you guys ready? Let me pop this open. There we go. So we're just going to heat on the rim and the outer edge of that rim, going a little bit on the inside. And then we're just going to use centrifugal force and open it up. Like that. Now I will tell you, that is hot as hell. And it's hot because it's bringing all the heat back at me. All right, a little more silver on the inside. So now you can see we got, oh, I got to change the camera view back out. Now you can see we got nothing but cobalt on the inside. Not very much color to it. It's not very much fun. We're going to shoot some silver on the inside and change it up. And here we go. So this silver is just going to vaporize right around the edge. I don't want it in the center necessarily, just on the edge. All right. And this is where the magic happens. Okay, so I know it doesn't look like much there, right? Here comes the magic part. We're going to open it up, and then all of a sudden that whole rim is going to start getting silvery. This is how you control the flame for it. Now you can see we got that silver edge to it. Getting it nice and beautiful. Okay, and then we're just going to put 2 little divots in there so you could put like a dipping spoon or something in there. So we're just going to put 2 little divots on there. One on the other side, hopefully. Actually, let me grab the right tool. I don't want to use this one in particular. Oh, come on. Really? There's my tool, this one. So this is how you get them even. So you heat up approximately on the other side there, as much as possible. And you take it from that side and you just go right there, like that. And then you're even. Because it's too hard to judge it from side to side. Makes it really, really difficult. All right, then we grab our little claw tool here. And we're just gonna come around. Did I already make you too big? Yeah, nope, not quite big enough. There we go. Lock you in place. Ooh, crap. I always forget this one's backwards. So my other claw tools, you have to bring it forward to close it. This one's backwards. Now we're going to take this and we're going to separate it. We're going to add a little bit of clear to the bottom. Gives it a little weight so it's not tipsy. I don't want it tipping all over the place. So we're going to give it a little bit of weight. Hey, how are you? Steffi Mouse is home. There we are. Give it a little dimple right there. And we're just going to bring it down, let it heat up a little. And then we're going to squishy it. Just got to get it really melty here. I want it falling down a little right now. And we'll bring it out. Nope. Tilted right there, so that told me it collapsed a little bit in one spot. So we're going to reheat it. I want it super flat. I don't want it tilting. No, still a little wobble. Now the thing is, once you get some material in here, like a sauce or something, it gets a little more stable, but you definitely don't want it tilting or tipping with a soy sauce. That would be like a nightmare. And we're good. We are perfectly good. And I gotta get it off there. Then we got our little dish like that. So a little soy sauce dish. And it is in the blue. Oh yeah. I got some cool stuff lined up for tonight too. So we should have some fun. We're gonna do a blown swan out of blue. I probably shouldn't do it out of blue right off, but hey. I haven't practiced this one in a little bit. So it might be a big mistake or an easy one. Snip that off. It's okay. Let's go ahead and bring it out here. And we're gonna make a blown swan, and this is gonna be a vase, like a little mini vase for a flower. A great Mother's Day present. And we're gonna silver fume this one too ahead of time. We're gonna get these really organic blues coming out of it, like earthy looking blues. All right, don't blow up. Do not blow up. Please don't blow up. All right, we're almost out of the woods. Okay, I think we're okay. Normally when I do this, I have a little hot plate near me, and I preheat this on a hot plate, get it up to about 400 degrees just to warm it up. And here we go. This is going to be a blown swan. So yeah, it's going to be a cool little piece. It's a vase actually, but yeah, it's just going to be a blown swan vase. All right, let's start preheating it. Oh yeah, it is Chinese cobalt. I like their cobalt. There's nothing wrong with it. Zero wrong with it. It's great. Great glass. Just every once in a while it blows up. But for the most part, it's great glass. I have no problem with it. Okay, so we got this kind of ooey gooey right now. Step number 2, I gotta seal this side down a little bit. Thank you for the follow. What's up, Wendy? How are you? Thank you so much. Wendy on TikTok, thank you very much. How you doing, Wendy? And pull this down a little bit right there, not much. And then we're gonna trim this one down a little bit. Then we're gonna add the silver. This is gonna be a cool, cool color when it's done. It'll still be blue, but it's gonna have shades of blue. So we just have to pull this down a little bit right here into a semi-point, but it thickened this area up. So I shrunk it down, thickened the tubing up, so it doesn't become so floppy when I start making it. Okay, we're gonna set that down temporarily, and we're gonna preheat it, then fume it. So fuming is the process of melting pure silver onto the glass. It used to be a big secret back in the 80s. Obviously it's not now. Most of the gatekeepers that controlled the silver technique have passed on. They would like be turning over their graves right now if I was showing this. I don't care though. All right, little nugget of silver on this rod right here. And we're just going to heat it up right at the tip of the flame. It's going to get molten. That silver is going to break down into a vapor and transfer all the way to the tube. And squishy, squishy. There we go. We're going to burn it in. And what I mean by burn it in, we're going to kind of melt it into the matrix of the tube. Otherwise, it's just sitting on there. I kind of want to build it into the glass, like we're pushing it into it. About like that. So now we have all the silver built into it. It's stuck on there now. I know, smush, right? All right, here we go. So we're going to reattach a rod to the back end here. We're going to pull it down a little bit. And then we're going to blow a bubble in it. Not all the way, just about 3/4 of the way in. I just need that right about there. That's where the swan's tail is going to be. Change my grip here. Give it a little puff of air, not much. Just about like that. So not much, and it does not require a lot of air pressure. It's one of the questions I get is how hard do you have to actually push into it to make it expand? Not much at all. In fact, too much is bad. You ever see those videos with the guys with big old glassblower chipmunk cheeks? That's not really real. If you're doing that, you're doing something wrong. Okay, we're going to change our grip. This is the difficult part right here. This either makes or breaks the piece. Okay, I can live with that. Awesome. No fail. Although it's not over yet. So then we have to pop a hole for the actual flower to go in. This is where the vase part will happen. And then we have to open that hole up, prepare for a little whistle. Maybe. The screaming swan. All right, we're looking good. Then we're going to bring it out here. like that. So now we have a semi-swan. We have to make it sit, so we're going to bring it over and heat the bottom. Move this out of the way temporarily. Do it on this side so y'all can see. I don't care what side I do it on. Should be good. And I think we're okay. See if it sits. There we go. Not bad for the first one in a while. Yep, oxygen and propane. Thank you, Colleen. Yeah, I like making the swans. But we got to do the test. All right. One more time. All right, it's good. So I always make sure that they can get knocked over and not break. But yeah, that's the swan vase. So the little flower goes right in the top up here. In fact, we're going to heat this up for a little bit. We're going to bring it back out and we're going to make maybe a little flower to go inside it. Like a little glass flower. Let me knock this off. So I made a list of things tonight. So we got that one, although I want to make 2 of those. That one's off. So we're going to do a pickle pen. I'm going to try a puffy fish and then a fish. Yeah, that's my dragon pen. So this is a full-blown pen like that. Completely writable. Use Bic insert. So we're going to go ahead and do, I guess, sushi dish number 2, and then we'll make a pickle pen and puffy fish. Now this one, we're going to start with clear, and then we're going to add blue onto it. We're going to do all kinds of different blues. What's up, Groves? Daisy girl, how are you? So yeah, we're going to knock this thing out of the park. This is sushi dish number 2. I didn't make it in the basket. There we go. You guys missed it earlier. I had my tube blow up on me. That kind of sucked. All right, here we go. We're going to bring this out. Oh, crap. That has a big crack in it. Ooh. I'm going to have to heat this up very slow. I must have set a hot rod next to it. I'll show you all the crack before we get to it. And there we go. We got to burn it out right here. Ooh, it's got a gigantic crack. That's okay though. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm going to bring it out in here. You can see the crack running right down almost in the middle section there. Let me see if my side view is working. I'll do it on the side for YouTube. There we go. There's that little crack. Bring it up here. You can see it just glistening right there. All right, we're going to try and warm this up and not have it explode. So we're going to do it very slow. It may crack and go all the way through and fall off. If it does, you get entertainment at my expense. Ooh, here we go. Hopefully I can seal it back up. All right, we're good. Sorry for everybody that wanted to see it blow up. Not today on that one. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing all trimmed up, and then we're getting ready to do sushi dish number 2. We're going to take a lot of this top end off. I had to make it a little bigger than I wanted so that I could kind of get that crack sealed up a little. Crack is bad, okay, kids? And get this a bit right there. All right, next step, we're going to add color to this. We're going to do lots of different blues here. I happen to have a lot. I'm just going to pick my random stringers. Almost had a pickle already. Let's see what else I got for blue. I know I have a different blue. Oh, there we go. This is definitely a different blue. A little darker. We're just going to come right around in between all those lines. And we're all blue there. See, we almost got a pickle. Pickle by default. Now I did bring out some other blues here. You know what? This is kind of in the blue family. It's a turquoise. So we're going to use some turquoise on here to kind of break it apart a little bit. And we're going to go about every other line. Still in the blue family. And one more. And I don't care what the shape looks like right now because I just want to apply the color. We'll fix all that later. I just want to keep this sucker molten. Okay, we're going to pop it, a little bit of air, poof. And I've got one more blue I want to use here. And there you are. No. There's my baby right there. That's what I want. So this is a blue sparkle. So this has little, like, almost looks like little diamonds in it that sparkles. We're just going to fill in the gaps now. I want to leave a little bit of clear so that you know it's still glass. Doesn't have to be full color like that. All right, so now we got 4 different colors bouncing through this, all in the blue family. Give it a little puff of air. That's going to help straighten it out a tiny bit. We're going to bring it out here. You can see all the lines running through there. And now we're going to start putting a little pattern into it. We're going to come to this end and spiral it up. So the bottom of the dish will have a nice spiral to it. We're going to make this a little thicker because I don't want to add that clear nub to the bottom of this one. I want the weight of this to be the pattern because I want it to show all the way through. There we go. And I'll bring it out to the side. There's TikTok. You guys can see that pattern right there. And YouTube. So we got that little spiral running through there. Then we're going to attach the punty here. We're going to start patterning this up. We're going to spin it around. I want this whole sushi dish to be spiraled up. I don't want it like normal lines down. That's boring. Normal lines are boring. So we're going to take this and we're going to twist it all up. I don't want to stretch it out. I want to kind of compress it back together a little bit. And it's just a little simple motion of one hand is spinning just a little bit slower than the other, or faster, however you want to do it. I like to slow one down. Okay, we're looking good. I'm going to trim this part down a little bit. All right, here we go. So we're going to make this a little bit small right now so that when we expand it, it expands really nice. So we just have to come in here, make a little tiny area right here, spin it way up. Like that. So now we got spirals running all the way down this thing. And I'll show it to you before we open it up. Got to fix this little end where I had the punty attached here. Get that a nice little spiral back in there. There we go. All right. So now, hopefully y'all can see the little bit of spiraling running through there. I don't know if I brought my light out. I did not. I left it out. So we got a little bit of a spiral running through. And now we open it up. So we're going to compress it down, blow it open. Start at the very top up here and work our way down. Let gravity do all the work for you. I don't have to do anything on this. I just let gravity do it all. This is minimal effort. Minimal effort right here. You just have to be used to rotating it and keeping it centered. Once you do that, it's very simple. And then the bottom is really, really thick right now, so we're good. We're in good shape. Okay, we got it fully molten. Let it cool for a second. Don't go right into it. Let it cool for a second, and then Now we have a nice little pattern on there. It's very, very nice. I like this one. Then we're going to punty it back up to the bottom. And we got to get rid of that blow tube. We have to actually open it up. Right there. So we're going to open this section up. So we're going to heat it up and expand it a lot. In 3, 2, 1. Little floppy. We're going to cut that off. Bye-bye. Got a little whistle. I'm thickening the edge up a little bit. I want it nice and thick at the edge. Make a nice jar too, but we're doing a sushi dish. Then we start heating on the outer portion, keeping that center section there. We're gonna, for TikTok, we're gonna come on to, or for YouTube, we're gonna come out to the side here. And we're gonna start expanding it open by centrifugal force. It's just a small process here. So it's also how you make wine goblets. You can see how it's starting to form that. You can also do a wine goblet like that. But the trick on this, you got to keep the outside hot too, not just the inside. Nice and slow. So now, hopefully you get a little bit of that, oops, sorry, I gotta change my view back. Hopefully you get a little bit of that spiral pattern happening in there. You can see it a little. You got a nice little spiral. And then we're going to put the little divots so you can put a spoon or chopsticks, whatever you want to put in there. Whatever you eat your sushi with. I try to use chopsticks. I suck at it. I constantly, when I'm eating with sushi, I'm constantly spinning my chopsticks. I don't even know I'm doing it. Stephanie has to remind me, stop spinning the chopsticks. It's just a habit. A little divot right there. It doesn't take much, just needs a little spoon rest. Then we're going to heat it up. Like I said, we use this so I can get it even on the other side. Just heat up that whole section right there. Not much. Take it across and divot. Now you can see how it sits like that. And then it takes it off the table too. I like that. And now we have the little dish with the spiral running through it. You can start to see the colors bouncing through there. And it's going to get better over time. You guys thought I was going to melt that off, didn't you? Nope. I don't want to distort the pattern, so I just knock it off. Give it a little tap tap. Like a little double tap. Boom, boom. All done. Keep this bottom evened out. And that's good to go. Make sure to smooth it out, no problems. Okay, we're all good. So I'll show you guys and bring it over here. So yeah, just a little cool little sushi dish. And it's pretty stable. Okay, we're going to bring the swan out, let it cool down. I'm going to set it way up here so we can get it out of the way. All right, so we got 2 sushi dishes done. Blue pickle. So we're going to make a pickle. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I use the ginormous pen? This is the world's most obnoxious pen. It's gigantic. Put that guy down there, it's hot. Okay. Now before we get going any further, we made the smallest hummingbird last night. So I'm going to show you guys the tiny, tiny hummingbird. Get rid of that, bye-bye. I can't even hold it with my fingers. So there's TikTok. Little baby hummingbird. And then I'll bring it over for YouTube. I think it's going to pick it up. Let me put my hand behind it. There we go. Now you can see the tiny little bird. So yeah, that's the little baby bird. That's going to go into an ornament of some sort. All right, next up, oh, the blue pickle. So we're going to make a blue pickle. Because why not? All right, we're going to heat it really slow again. Every time I do this, we have a chance of it blowing up. Then we're going to slowly start introducing it to the flame. And there we go. Little itty bitty at a time. Still can blow up. This is actually where it gets a little bit dangerous right here. When it's molten right up here, but the rest of the tube blows up, it's not fun. If it blows up right off the beginning, I'm not worried, but this bugs me. And there we go. I'll change the view on YouTube here in just a minute. I'm going to show you guys how the points are pulled. Because I get a lot of people asking me questions about how to pull points. Let me just bring it out this way. Then you just center it up. Line it up with the horizon and burn it off. Then we're going to preheat the whole thing. Woo! We're having fun tonight. Everything's blue. Why not? Why not make it blue, right? Everything blue. So we're going to make a blue pickle. we're going to use a really cool looking glass called Blue Blizzard. It's a little chunky. Sorry. All right, so we got to bring this down a little. There we are. You can send me all the invites you want. I'm not accepting any invites right now on TikTok. Sorry. Not gonna happen. Dude's like sent me 20 invites. Hey, what's up, Wendy? How are you? And we're gonna tap right here. And then we have to bring this one down again for the pickle shape. Actually, we're going to change this pickle up a little. We're going to keep it blue, but we're going to add the silver. Then we're going to add clear stripes to it and trap that silver and create lines all the way through it. And then we'll add the bumps. This is going to be a really cool effect. If you've not seen this done before, this looks really nice. So we're going to vaporize pure silver onto this. It's a process called fuming, and we're going to shoot the silver through the flame onto the tube up here. So it melts at the tip of the flame, and then the flame carries the vapors from the flame all the way onto the tube up here. So I'll show you prior to fuming it. You can see it's just a regular cobalt tube. And we're going to vaporize the little silver nugget right there. I got lots of silver here, that's why I'm kind of doing this too. Ooh, that definitely went chromy. That definitely got a chrome effect to it. I don't know if y'all can see how chromy that got, but yeah, it definitely has that chrome vision to it. And we need a little bit of a skinnier rod. Here we go. We're going to trap that silver with clear. I'm debating on whether trapping it with another blue or something. Burn it in there. And there we go. This thing is rocking. I'm just telling you right now, this is going to be a rockin' pickle. Okay, that's taking way too long. Bigger flame. I do not have a lot of patience with the glass. I move very, very fast. There we are. Yeah, I definitely have to go I do not like moving slow with the glass. All right, there we are. We got the little stripes running down it now. And we're going to use the sparkle blue-green. It's like a blue-green. And we're going to go down and go right in between all those and create one more effect with it. So we're just going to go right in between the previous lines we laid down. I put my little dot up here so I know where I'm at. That little dot is my marker to tell me when I've rotated all the way through. Because it can get very confusing. Everything looks orange when you're melting. So that little dot tells me that I'm at the last spot. And one more here because I can see the dot on the next rotation. And we bring it back out. You might be able to see the little dot on the end right down there. A little tiny dotty. Right there. That little dot right at the tip top. All right, now we start shaping the pickle. We're gonna twist it up and we're gonna make it look kind of cool. It's gonna be a unique pickle, that's for sure. Definitely gonna be a unique pickle. We have to make it a unique pickle. All right, so blue pickle. I think Philip has the angry pickle. Am I right, Philip? I think you have the angry pickle, right? All right, here we go. We're gonna twist that up. That was a cool pickle, by the way. I love that thing. I just can't keep everything. All right. And now you can see we got all the lines running through. We got a little spiral up at the front. Gonna punty it up and give it a little twisty. Yeah, 50 hummingbirds in one show. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Someone asked me if I could do 100. I was like, not unless there's a charity involved. I may do 100 hummingbird sit down if I can get a charity involved where all the proceeds go to a charity. If I can get a big enough response, I'll do 100 hummingbirds in one sitting for a charity. Like, I'll do it so that all the contributions go to a charity. Because it would have to be something really epic for me to do that, because we're probably looking at 18 hours, because I'll slow down for sure. Because that 50 hummingbirds was 7 hours and 15 minutes. I'll slow down. So I'm thinking probably 18 hours to do 100. Because I won't be able to keep up a massive pace for 18 hours or 14. So right now we're just twisting all those lines up, giving it a little spiral. Thank you for the star. All right, here we go. How much would one of the mini hummingbirds cost? I don't know. The minis are not as easy as you'd think. I'd probably do them for 20, but that mini hummingbird is going to go into an ornament. So I want to make an ornament with like a little hummingbird scene inside the ornament. All right, we got it all spiraled up here. And then I need to trim this little section down here. I need to bring it down just a tiny bit so when I go to finish this off, it's pretty easy. But I can tell you this color looks amazing already. And okay. This color is beautiful. I almost hate to add dots to it. So we're going to bring it out here. I'm going to have to show you guys a little bit different here. So I'm going to bring it up to TikTok right now so you guys can see that. And then bring it out here for YouTube. Yeah, that blue is fantastic. An English seedless pickle? I've never heard of an English seedless pickle. I'm going to have to do that. I love St. Jude's. St. Jude's is one of my favorites. But I would need whatever charity is going to have the benefit, I would need them to like help promote it. I'm not going to do it without having their permission. I like St. Jude's. I also like, you know, there's a couple pet charities out there that I like. They're independent. They're not SPCA. There's a couple pet charities that are really fantastic. And they actually help people along with the dogs and cats. Any pet, really. All right, so we got the little pickle bend. Give it a little puff of air. I'm going to separate it here. Normally I put two little openings in here for the hook, but I'm gonna add a hook to this one. We're gonna do it a little differently. Let me find a color of blue that I want to use. I don't know. Maybe we should use this Blue Blizzard. So I'm gonna try and keep this warm for a second. You guys tell me. Oh, side view. There's Blue Blizzard. I don't know if you can see it. It's got the white speckles to it. Oh, sorry. So that is Blue Blizzard. It is a very, it's got white and blue speckles through it. I don't know if it's going to throw off this color though. I'm kind of worried it might be too much. Maybe we'll just use this blue sparkle. Blue sparkle will be good. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't want to throw this color off. Now you'll notice as I'm heating this, all the flame is coming up to the top and still keeping that pickle warm, so it doesn't cool off too much. That's why I always start at the top and work my way down. So the flame is constantly keeping this piece of glass hot or warm, because I don't want it to cool too much. We'll find some spots where we don't have some good color here. There we go. It's about to get bendy too, because the attachment down there is very thin. All right, we're going to meld all that in. Make sure we don't get any cracking going on. It's definitely a custom pickle. It's almost borderline angry pickle. All right, it is bending right now, so we're going to let it cool off. But now you can kind of see the little dots going around it. Actually looks kind of cool. I'm happy with it. I wasn't going to put dots on it. I was really debating. But it looks good. No, we're going to do... We're going to do a really custom loop for this. So let's garage it for a second. Let's make a really nice looking hoop for it. I don't want to do a standard hoop. No boring hoops. There we go. So we're going to make a really nice looking loop. I don't want a boring loop. Not for that pickle. It deserves something more. We're going to make a little blue leaf for it. I don't know if pickles have leaves, but we're putting one on anyway. All right, so here we go. We're going to make a little leaf out of this blue glass. Then we're going to make a custom loop for it and a little spinny vine, and hopefully it looks good. So there is the leaf impression right there. Kind of has a little bit of a ridge to it. I like forming it up a little different. Grab it there. Then we got to carve the little edges in it. Love my Spyderco knife. This is one of the best knives in the world. This is called a Spyderco. I love carving with this knife. It's been super reliable. and the model is called the Para 2. All right, so what I did there is I added a little ridge to it. So now it has some patterning to it. It doesn't look so boring. No boring glass here. We're going to pull this leaf off. We'll save it for after I'm done with this. We just pop that off. And then we're going to build the little loop for it. This one I want really thick and nice, and then we're going to do a spinny vine off of it. So we're going to flatten it a little. Then we're going to create the loop, and then we'll add it to the pickle after we do the little vine on it. So you saw me bouncing back and forth there. The reason I bounce back and forth, the middle is always getting heated. So the middle section of that is always got heat on it. So as you go back and forth, the middle's being heated. So you want to spend a little bit more time on the two outer edges so that you have an even heat base. Now we got a little loop-de-loop right there, and we're going to attach a tiny little rod to the bottom. And then we're going to create the vine. So we'll heat up here, we'll spin it around, attach the leaf, and then put it on the pickle. Now one thing you're going to notice I do is I'm going to fold the glass on top of itself. I don't want just this straight rod look. It looks ugly in my opinion. So we're going to take and just fold it. And fold it. And it just gives it a little character. Move that out of the way. So you can see we added a little tiny vine to it like that. So we got the loop on there. We're going to bring it over, add the leaf to the other side here. I'm just going to attach it right up here. Fuse them in really, really, really well. Like that. Burn it off. Come back up here, grab it here. We're going to burn off down here. Then we'll attach it to the pickle. So that is the leafy hook for it. That wasn't supposed to snap that well, but it did. So we'll just deal with it. It's not completely centered. Bring it over. There we go. So it just adds a little character to the pickle itself. Oh, there we go. So we've got a little leaf and a vine coming off of it when it's facing this way. We're going to park it back in the kiln. I'll burn this off in a minute. It got too cold. So we'll come back and burn that off. But what I want to do now is we're going to take the swan. It's already cooled off. This is a swan we just made a little bit earlier today. And we're going to make a little flower that goes into the swan, like a glass flower. I'll bring it out here so you guys can see. There's the little swan. Like that. And for ticky-tock, there we go. So we're going to make a little tiny flower, stem flower that goes in here. It'll be a cute little set. You can also put a natural flower in. Let's go ahead and make a really cool looking flower. All right, we're going to grab this and we're going to grab yep. So this is going to be a multicolored little flower. We're going to put turquoise and this baby blue together. Oops. And maybe not. That's the problem with these rods sometimes, but it's okay. Come to the other side. It'll still make a nice latticino. I'm not worried. Normally you'd want to preheat that blue a little bit, but because we're twisting it up, it doesn't really matter. So what's going to happen here is we're going to start heating it up and we're going to spin it around, twisting all the colors up together. And we're going to create this really cool looking little glass rod that has multiple colors through it. And we'll make the flower out of these multiple colors. So we're just twisting it up right now. Almost like a candy cane. There's a break spot right there. And we'll just keep going all the way up until we get to the end up here. I hope you can kind of see the little bit of, sorry about the side view again. You can kind of see a little bit of the pattern on here. Sorry about the side view again. Anyway, there is a little bit of that patterning in there. We're going to set that down. We're going to use this little nub. This is the beginning of my flower because we don't need much of a stem up here. This flower will take me about 5-6 minutes. So if you got 5 or 6 minutes, don't swipe away yet if you want to see the flower made. I promise it doesn't take long. It is a very fast process, especially in this size. It's not going to be long. All right, so that is what we're starting off with, that little tiny nub right there. I got my flatteners, got my hot rod that almost nearly broke, and we're going to start off by making the little petals and start adding them on a little bit at a time. Little baby petals, but it doesn't need to be a big flower. You don't want it too big for that. And we fold it in. About every third or fourth petal, I'll bring it over and show you all. I get a lot of people asking me, how come you use such a big flame for such a small item? Because I can. I like the width of the flame. It allows me a lot more control to make these petals and get them carved in correctly. In the beginning, I would use a small flame if I was to start off. And then as you get a little more advanced, keep using a wider flame as you get better. Because it definitely allows you a little more comfort in shaping these guys. Oop, that was a little warm. So we're just carving in. Okay, there are 4 petals on here. I'll bring it over so y'all can see it. So little tiny little baby petals. Okay, not very big right now. I'll try and use side view for TikTok or YouTube here. There you are. And then TikTok, hopefully you guys can see that. Camera's having a hell of a time focusing. All right, let's get some more on here. We're probably going to do 9 to 12, but I'm thinking probably 9. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I have a couple projects that I'm looking at doing. If you guys want to vote and chat, let me know. Sorry, allergies are kicking my butt. So I'm thinking about doing a golf putter, like a full-size golfing putter again. Out of glass, the whole thing. A Willy Wonka cane. A lightsaber, not full-size lightsaber, that would be too hard. So those are some ideas I have floating around in my brain at the moment. 1, 2, 3, there we go. So yeah, I don't know, golf putter, lightsaber, Willy Wonka cane. And it'll be the newer Willy Wonka with Johnny Depp, the one that has the black and white ball at the top. I don't know which way. Yeah, canes are lightsabers, yeah. Yeah, I'm really debating. You can also go on my community page and mention it there. I'll put a little posting up. We'll do a little poll maybe. But I've had the lightsaber in my head for a while. That'll be glow in the dark blade. The Willy Wonka, I'm debating on making the white glow in the dark, but I don't know yet, the ball. And then we'll make it out of tubing so we can put candy inside the Willy Wonka cane. Put like little pop rocks in there or something. Let me get 3 more petals on here and show you guys. Actually, I'll show you at this point. So yeah, I think Willy Wonka cane would be cool. Lightsaber's cool. All 3 ideas are fun. But I definitely want to do something kind of cool. There's that flower. There you go. But yeah, now you can see the flower starting to take shape. Now we definitely have some more petals on it because it looks really goofy. But yeah, I think a lightsaber would be definitely fun. I've made them before. Yep. Yeah, I'm back to the normal camera. Oh, definitely going to do all 3. I'm just trying to think of which one next. Because when I make the putter, I'm going to go to the golf course and do some putting with it. I'm definitely, it's going to be a fully usable putter. It's not just going to be a showpiece. We're going to actually go putting with it. Maybe I'll take it to the mini golf course. Like a little putt-putt golf course. That'd be fun. Yeah, it'll definitely be glow-in-the-dark blade. It'll be, I can't do red right now. My red glow isn't perfected yet. But I could definitely do blue or green for the blade. Yeah, I don't know which way to go, though. It's really hard. Oop, crap. That cracked. You want to see how strong my flowers are? Not a single broken petal. Not even one broke. Okay, I definitely need 3 more petals and this will be done. Okay, let's get the other, maybe 2 petals, 2 or 3. I might be able to do 1 more and have this look good. I do have a little surprise for this. I didn't think about it till like 2 minutes ago. So we're going to bring this out. We're going to smash that. It needs 1 more petal. I hate this. It's like a rabbit hole. You start looking at it going, well, I could use 1 more. Could use 1 more. But when I see a gap, it's like I gotta fill that in. Yeah, that does it right there. Perfect. Yeah, that definitely did it right there. Okay, so we're going to attach a little rod to the top of this. And I'm going to fuse this stem in there really well. Just going to grab it right there. So I got to fuse this stem in really good where it came off. And then it'll fit the swan. I won't be able to make the whole thing fit into the swan right now because it's hot. You definitely don't want to introduce hot glass to cold. But I'm sealing that bottom up really good. So that'll fit into the swan for sure. I'll just have to trim it to the right length. So basically it's going to look like that guy. So a little swan like that, little flower in there. But before we go too far with that, we're going to do a little micro work here. That is the smallest hummingbird sculpture in the world. So I'll show you TikTok right there. Got that guy, and then so now we got the little baby hummingbird on the flower that'll go into the swan. I'll just have to trim it tomorrow to the right size. Yeah, I think it looks kind of cool actually. I got to make some scooty room here. All right, now we need to finish that pickle off. Let's go ahead and finish the pickle. Yeah, we definitely got to finish the pickle. I know, little hummingbird on there looks cool. All right, there is the pickle with the leaf. Actually, I'm going to do it this side. Yeah, that was going a little floppy on me. Actually, we're going to leave that out. And now I can show you the pickle a little better. I definitely like that look to it. I wish I had my flashlight out here so I could definitely show you. All right, let's fix up the tubing that blew up on me in the first place. So we're going to fix this. You can see where it shattered all in here. It definitely went sideways on me. Just going to fix this up. Okay, we'll pull a point off this now. That way I'm not at a total loss with it. And we're okay. We'll break this off. It may crack. I don't know. There it goes. Yeah, it definitely. Well, that's a waste of time. It'll make a small bobble. Let's bring it out here. Let it trim up a little. I'll make something cool out of it. Maybe a mini goblet. Little goblet type thing. I don't want it to go to total waste. Okay, there we go. Snap that off. Get it out of the way so it's not going to burn me. There we go. Okay. What do I have left on here? We did the pickle in blue. We have a pen and maybe a puffy fish. I've never made a puffy fish. We'll try a puffy fish first. Oh, man. We'll try a little puffy fish. I've never done one. What's up, Johnny boy? How you doing, man? Long time no see. Yeah, I've never done a puffy fish, so this could be a total fail. We'll do a small version of it first. I'm gonna definitely try this puffy fish though. You get to ride along with me. I either make it or I break it. I don't care either way. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm sorry you had a curveball at you. All right, here we go. So we'll do most of the fish out of clear, and then we'll add blue dots for the little puffy fish dots and all the little fins or whatever you want to call them on there. But this definitely has to have some thickness to it, because every time we add those little dots, it's going to put a lot of stress in the glass. So we're definitely going to have to make sure this end is super strong. There we go. So we just thicken that up. That way it doesn't bend like that when I get close to it. All right, so we're going to heat the body up. We're going to compress it a little bit, so we're going to shrink it down a little, then I'm going to blow it out. Try and keep the thickness pretty good. So that's the main thing. We got to keep it thick or it's going to crack. It will definitely crack if I don't get it a little thicker. But we'll do a little puffy fish. And this is whatever's in my head. I don't have an actual vision of what the puffy fish looks like. So we're just going to be adding fins at random. All right, so you see we shrunk it up a little. Gonna let it cool and then back out. Pull it down just a little right there. All right, I think I got the shape okay. I'm pretty okay with that. Let's go ahead and add all the little dots. I definitely want a darker color for this though. We definitely need a darker blue. There we are, nice little dark cobalt. It'll get a little lighter as I go to make it. Every little dot's gonna get a little lighter, but we gotta put all these little dots on here. Wish me luck. I hope it doesn't crack. All right, so so far so good. We're okay. This is where it will get really scary. In this department right here, this is where it's at its thinnest. The middle section where I blew it out is where it is super thin. So if it's gonna fail, that's where it's gonna fail. I do this pretty quick here because I don't want it cracking on me. All right. I think I got it. We're going to find out. Just going to melt all that in. So what I did is I put the dots on. We're going to melt them in just a tiny bit, and we're going to puff some air out, and that's going to lock those dots in place. I think we're okay. Okay, so there we have the dots running all the way around. Now this is going to be, again, my version of puffy fish, so I don't want anybody telling me the fins are wrong because I don't know what a puffy fish really looks like. I have not yet, Chris. I will let you know. I will promise I will let you know as soon as I do get them. All right, here we go. So we're going to put some gigantic fish lips on this. Big old fish lips. Okay, we're going to over accentuate these fishy lips. And there we are. And we're going to take my handy little spider co and we're going to carve in the mouth. like that. Give it a little puff of air to seal it out a little. Like that. All right, so far, got little fishy lips on there. Allergies are kicking my butt today. And then we got to do little side fins real quick. We're going to get those out of the way. Keep this whole piece warm because it is very. This can definitely crack. I got to keep it warm. Okay, I think we're good on there. So we're going to come over here and just kind of carve in. So we got a couple little fins on there now. I got to straighten them out a tiny bit. And we're looking good. We're going to come up here and put the little tiny fin up top. Yeah. There we are. All right, we're going to flatten it with some flatteners first. Like that. Give it some character here. Keep it nice and warm so it doesn't crack. So now we got little tiny fins on there so far. I don't have white on hand, but I should have some right over here. Gotta do eyeballs. Now, if I remember right, puffy fish have big old eyeballs. A bit more like that. Okay. Keep it warm. We'll get the black. We'll put the black on there too. But we need to balance this out just a little bit. One eyeball is way bigger than the other. There we are. Put the little eyeballs on here. Big old chunky Chunky, chunky, chunky. And so far we're getting a little bit better now at the definition of it. So there is, thank you for the big shout out, Pierced Freak. Thank you. That's a cool name actually. I like it. Thank you very much for that. All right, so next, let me bring it over to the side view. I'll show you what we look like on the tubes. So now we got the big old, I don't know, this thing's making me laugh now. It does look kind of goofy. All right, I gotta pop a hole in this or I can't finish it. So we're gonna put it on the very bottom. Can I put it there? Yeah. If it doesn't have an opening, it will actually seal itself back up. And that would be bad. The whole puffy fish, the whole body would change and it would start collapsing on itself. So we got to pull this down just a little. I might make this into a plant stake or something. I was going to make it hang, but I kind of like it the way it is. There we are. So we just open it up a little bit right there. There we are. Here, listen. That's the whistle. The screaming fish. It's a screaming fish. Just got to keep it warm. All right, let's do the back little fin thing, whatever you want to call it. I need a very, very shorty rod. Nothing too long. Oh, you're perfect. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this thing. I could make it hang. Okay, we got to attach a little rod right there to hold it so I could do the back end. How do I do it without cracking? I just got to keep it hot. You see me keep buzzing it? I'm always heating it up. Doesn't mean I'm out of the woods for cracking though. It could definitely still crack. I'm definitely not out of the woods for that. But this flame right here will help keep it warm without remelting it all the way. Then we're going to bring it out here and we're going to add the little back fin. Here we go. Now, if I remember right, these aren't supposed to be really, really big. In fact, they're not supposed to be big at all. All right, we are working it. There we go. I kind of like it. I'm going to make this an ornament this year. We're going to do this for Christmas for sure. I love this puffy fish. I like it a lot. So we squish it and then we're going to add some impressions in it with just basic needle nose pliers. There. I don't know. You guys think I should make it hang or make it like so it fits into a plant? What do you think? Hang or plant? I need quick though, because I can't keep this out here too long. Hang. Plant, plant, hang, hang. Okay, I just got to keep it warm while I'm looking at votes here. It is very whimsical. We can make it hang. Actually, I'm going to make it a plant stake for right now. We'll come back to hanging it later. That didn't sound good either. So we're going to use this guy right there. I got to cut this. 1 second here. This won't take a second. This is my cutters for my tool, for my tubing. Just off it comes. That was kind of cool, right? Oh, I sealed it on there pretty good. I didn't want it breaking off, so I definitely sealed it on there very well. Really, really well. Now we just have to tear this off. Philip, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, Philip. I love this guy. I'm definitely making this an ornament this year for Christmas. I dig it. All right, I'll show TikTok here. And then we'll come over to YouTube. I like this guy. He's kind of cool looking, very whimsical. It'll make a nice ornament. So when I do the ornament, I'll put a hole right through the top fin, a little one. And let's take a look at how our flower and hummingbird are doing. So there's the little flower with hummingbird. That's going to go into the swan. So this flower is going to end up going into the swan down here. So this is the swan that's going to go into. Show you guys there, show you guys there. So that's the little flower. There's an opening right there. Or you can fill it with water and put a natural flower in there. That's up to you. Either way works for me. Yeah, either way works really, really well. All right, got that done. Let's take our dragon pen. And we got Puffy fish off the list. This is the dragon pen we made a couple weeks ago. So there it is right there. So it has the Bic insert, and then there's a little, this thing's actually pretty comfortable to write with. I'm very surprised. It's a good grip. I do like it. What else did I have? Oh, I was going to do a blue pen. So we're going to make a pen, like a writing pen like that, but we're going to go totally custom on it. Yeah, we're going to make a writing pen. We're going totally custom on it. I'm going to show you guys for my glass blowers out there. So this is the handle from the blue tubing. I'm going to show you how to use this in an actual piece. This is part of my recycle method here, because colored glass is so expensive, you don't want to waste it. So this, I'm going to show you how to use it. And we'll use that blue blizzard color. I'm going to try and show you guys the blue blizzard. I'm going to bring it up to TikTok right here. Now you can see those white speckles. And then I'm going to bring it over to YouTube. I'm going to try and bring it out here. There. Now you can see those white speckles in there. So this is called blue blizzard. It looks like a kind of like a snow blizzard color. And here we go. So we're going to make a full-blown pen, but we're going to go a little custom on it. I'm not going to make it, very basic. Oh crap, I forgot to snap that end. I forgot to cut the end. Oh well. I got so excited about showing the color. I forgot to do that. All right, so we're going to bring it out here. It's kind of cool. What do you guys think? Do you like the theme of everything being one color? It's not going to happen every night or all the time, but I like having a color theme. I think it was kind of fun to do everything in like one color and have that color be the focus for the night. Okay, we're going to burn it off way up here. So let me show you what happens. So the tube is sealed on the bottom and the top. Let me show you what happens if you leave it sealed. It expands, and then it's going to shrink back down. Watch it. It's going to start pulling into itself. And it's doing it right now. It's creating a little ridge right behind that bobble. I'm going to show you up close. So you can kind of see that ridge behind the bobble right there. Bring it out here. See that ridge starting to form behind the solid? That's what happens, and it gets worse over time. So we're going to snip that end off. So every time I go to make something from it, it will expand out and then it'll pull itself back in. And that's why on the fish I had to put the hole in there. All right, so we're going to warm this tube up. After we warm this up, we're going to go through and we're going to use that recycled tubing handle here, and we're going to stripe down with it. I'll show you how to do that. And then we will start making some other colors on here for the pen. And I think I'm going to do a really cool design at the end of the pen. We'll make something very unique. But before we do that, we're going to silver fume it. So we're going to add pure silver to this clear and color it up with pure silver. For my functional people out there that know what I'm talking about, functional glass, this is how you get color changing glass, is just by the silver. Silver is what gives you all the color changing. And right now we just colored it up like that with silver. Now I'm going to polish that out a little bit. We're going to burn that silver in. It's going to get a little shinier here. And you'll start to see it get a little bit shiny. And that is pure silver. It's essentially silver plating the glass. Okay, now we're going to take that part of the handle, the tubing handle. This is hollow. It's not solid. So I'm going to show you how to do this. This is actually a very cost-effective method, and the tubing flows really fast. So if you've ever wanted to make really fast color lines, this is definitely one method. And as you're pulling it down, the tubing is collapsing on itself, making a solid color. I'll show you what that looks like before we go too far. That is a good method for recycling glass. A lot of people ask, do you recycle it? Yes. There are several different methods to recycle the glass, and that is one of them. So I'm going to show TikTok right there. Then we'll bring it over to YouTube here so you guys can see what I did right there. You can see that blue on there, but on top of the yellow, it kind of gives it a green effect. And then we're going to take some funky colors like this blue here. We're going to go right down the middle, in between those lines. This color moves a lot slower. Like that. Okay, so we got that done. We're going to use the blue blizzard at the end of the pen. I'm going to make something kind of cool with it. Next step, we're going to take some clear. We're going to go in between all those blue lines, and then we'll use one other blue on there and give it 3 different blues through here. Now, everywhere I'm adding the clear, it will actually make a light blue effect to it. When the silver gets down to its minimal amount, like the least amount of silver on there where it's barely coating, it creates this really neat looking milky blue color. And that is the color changing glass that everybody's so obsessed with in some ways. So we just did the clear, and then we're going to take one last color and going to go all the way around. I would like a cool looking blue. Actually, I think, yeah. So this is a very cool blue. I don't think they make it anymore. It's called Amazon Night. Or it's Indigo Luster. I don't know which one it is. But I can tell it has that same effect to it. We're just going to stripe it down. It's a very densely rich color, so I can put it on very thin and it's going to retain its color. And that's it. So this will be a writing pen, and we're going to do something funky cool with it. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, it's definitely going to be badass. 100%. All right, so we're going to trim up the back end here, get all the colors pulled together. Just by melting it in, we're going to grip it, pull it down, and we're going to pull all those colors front and center right to the middle. So they now all converge towards the front. You can see it there and there. There. Now you can see all the colors pulled right to the front. Let's see if I don't know why my iPhone does that. It should be a better focus than that. All right, let's get this thing shaped out. Corn dog pen? I could make a corn dog pen. Make a galaxy at the end of the pen. Yeah, we could do that maybe. I want to use that blue blizzard though. Look like you work on a swan. What else are you working on? Oh, we did a blue pickle, we did sushi dishes, and we just finished a puffer fish. And right now we're working on a small pen. And we did a little flower for the swan. That actually came out really cool with a little baby hummingbird on it. Tiny little hummingbird. Okay, here we go. And we're going to spin this up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'd like to leave a little bit of texture on this so it has a little tiny grip to it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. So when you do these pens, you got to pull them twice as long as you think you may need them. But the colors came out really good. Pull it down. Fill up. Thank you so much. All right. So let me bring it over. You guys can see that spiral in there that we got now. And let me bring it over to the side view for everybody over here. Those colors look wicked on there. Can you see that kind of iridescent from the silver? That looks wicked cool. Yeah, that definitely looks very cool. All right, we got to pop a hole in it. And this will allow me to make the other end when we get to it. Okay, we're going to take this blue blizzard. We're going to go to the end of the pen. We're going to add this on. There we are. We're going to meld that in really good. Going to get it blended in there really, really well. I'm going to try and make a mini galaxy on here. So I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to try it. So at the end of the pen, you'll see a little tiny galaxy. So we're going to do little micro colors on here at the moment. And the blue blizzard by itself has a almost like a white star look to it. And that's what I'm hoping the blue blizzard comes out with, that white star look. like it's looking at the stars. If it works out correctly, could be a total failure, but the pen will look good still. All right, so we're going to take this up here. So I'm hoping the end of the pen looks like a galaxy, like a little mini galaxy. And in order to do that, we got to add a lot of clear. I just kind of added a little bit of these little flavor colors, like little mini planets on there. We're going to encase them real quick. So they don't get disturbed. Okay. Going to melt it all in. And here we go. And we're going to create so this little clear section here is going to create a window. It'll be like looking through a marble, seeing a little space galaxy inside. We're going to give it a little spiral that way and one back forth this way. And there we go. And I created a little wisp in there. So now we just have to melt it into the pen. I'm hoping it looks good. If the galaxy looks good, I'll be really, really happy. I just want to blend it in so it makes it look like it's actually part of the pen, not just an add-on. So we're going to blend it all the way into the pen. Give it a little puff of air, even though there's a hole. There we go. And that just expanded everything. All right, now we're going to take that blue blizzard and we're going to go over. Oh no, I don't want to cover the hole up yet. I got to make the other end. We definitely don't want to do that yet. That would have been bad. All right, let me see if I can get you guys a little glimpse of this. I don't know. It's definitely looking like it's starting to come out. I'll bring it out to TikTok right here. Oh man, I don't know why the camera's having such a hard time with me. There we go. I got to put my face in front of it. Let's go over to side view for YouTube. See that little galaxy starting to form in there? Now there's going to be other colors popping in there, but you can kind of see a little galaxy in there. I definitely like that. And let's go ahead and grab this here. No, I definitely don't. I'm scared to do this. This looks so good. I got to burn this off, but it got a little cold. I'm worried it's going to crack. We'll start way out far, and if it cracks, then I'll just stop and let it reheat. There we go. Still risky. There we are. And then we just have to trim this down. And make the insert. This is my high-tech tool right here. Oh, not big enough. All right, perfect fit. We're going to put the blue blizzard on the end here. Hopefully it doesn't crack. This will make a little kickstand so it won't roll off a table. We definitely don't want it rolling off a table. All right, I think we're good. I think we almost got it. And there it is. We definitely have to get it in the kiln pretty fast though. It has some significant stress in it. Get in there. No. I got to move some stuff. Hold on one second. I don't want the glass touching each other. And stab it in there. There we go. All right. So let's do one piece that I really like, and that's an ornament that I've been doing for years. We're going to start getting ready for Christmas again. And because we're on the blue theme, I'm going to do the blue color that I absolutely love for an ornament. This is in my top 3 of ornaments that I make, 100%. I love this style. This is like my top 3. And we're going to bring it down here. Again, very gentle heat unless it blows up. All right, we got to heat this very slow. And then once I heat it up, we'll go pretty fast. Once this is hot, it goes fast. It's just getting it up to temp that sucks. And there we go. Ugh. Thank you, DNA. I appreciate it. Almost out of the woods. Yeah. Okay, I think we're okay now. There we go. You guys may hear some noise in the background. It's perfectly fine. I'm really okay. They're redoing my mom's cottage so she can get around a little easier. They're putting new flooring in so she can get around with her walker and all that stuff. So if you hear noise, it's nothing out of the ordinary here. All right, let's preheat this. All right, so we're going to silver fume this. Actually, there's 2 versions of this that I like. Maybe we'll do half and half. I've never done a half and half version of this. There's 2 different styles for this. We'll do one half one way and one half the other way. maybe this turns into a new ornament too. Okay, so we're going to come through. We're going to trim this down, even it out. And boom. All right, we got to silver fume this again, but one half is going to have the spiral lines going down it. The other half is going to have dots spiraled around. So one side will be one look and the other side is going to be a totally different look. Fingers crossed. All right, let's go ahead and add the silver. So there is a little tiny chunk of silver on here. And it is a little silver nugget. It is pure silver. A lot of people ask me, is it really pure? Yes, it is very pure. 0.9999 pure. I prefer a Canadian maple leaf for a coin. Christy! Thank you so much for the manifesting, Christy. How you doing? Okay, so we're definitely fumed. Let me bring it out for you guys. Ooh, that came out really good. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me pop it on the side view for... Look how chromy that is. That is all silver. That definitely came out really good. Sometimes it just works perfect. Okay, so next step, we're going to come through. We're going to stripe half of it, and then we're going to dot half of it. And I hope we get a really cool looking ornament. I've not done it this way where it's half and half. I've done either or. But I kind of want to show you both, and I don't want to do both of them at the moment. So we'll do half and half. So first thing is we got to stripe it right about to the middle. Did you guys see that little piece fly off? I hate that stuff. John, have a good night. Thank you so much, John, for being a mod. Red Squeak, thank you. All the mods, thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to come about halfway down, and we're going to stripe it this way. Oh yeah, it's making a nice pattern here. The only thing that may throw me off is that the weight of each side is going to be a little different. So I don't know if it's going to blow out as easy. And that's my only concern with it. All right, so now you can see we got stripes running down half of it, and then we're going to dot the other side. So now we're going to dot, 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 dot everywhere. Need bigger dots for this though, because we want chunky monkey layers. We want some definite chunky layers. All right, let's go ahead and lay the dots down, and then we're going to blow this out. Hopefully, I have fingers crossed that it's going to look amazing. Okay, 2 dots. This is where you get to a point where you have to kind of say, okay, do I have enough room for 2 or 1? But on YouTube, I'm definitely going to put a poll up in my community tab. We'll put a poll up for lightsaber, golf club, putter. So full-size putter, not like a little putter, like an actual putter. Lightsaber. Won't be full size, or the Willy Wonka cane, and it'll be the Willy Wonka cane from Johnny Depp's version. I like the original movie, but the cane is not that impressive on the original. The Johnny Depp version is kind of cool. So I don't know which way we'll go with it, but I'll put a poll up and then we can do it. Yeah, I am red. I am definitely a little hot. All right, this actually looks kind of cool. I'm going to bring it over side view for real quick there so you guys can see the marbling there and then the stripes. Same thing up here, you can see the marbling and the stripes. All right, let's do this ornament. Maybe this might become a full-time ornament. I don't know. You can let me know in the comments after this video if you think this should be a full-time ornament. I know the fish is going to make it. And there we go. So we're going to spin this up in the front. So we got it all spun up that way. This is looking cool. I'm excited. So we're going to bring it out here. You can see that spiral there. Bring it out here. As long as I keep my face in front of it, I think it shows up. There we go. All right, so that's the key to the iPhone. You got to keep your face, keep it in front of your face. Okay, big flame. Here we go. And we're going to blow this out. And when I do my ornaments, I don't make like a normal ball. I kind of compress it, kind of like a peppermint candy. I think they're a lot stronger that way, and you get two really unique sides on each side of that peppermint candy. Because if I was going to make this into a ball, that would be on the bottom or the top, and the other side would, you just wouldn't look as good. So this way I kind of get these really cool patterns in here, and you get to see both ends. All right, you can see we compressed it way down. Going to melt that first row of dots in with it. And then get a little bit more up here, just about mid-pack of the second row. And then we're going to open it up. And 3, 2, 1. And we're going to flatten it out a little bit. Get that little flat section going. I think I like it. Just got to get this smoothed out just a tiny, 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 tiny bit. Okay, I can live with that. Bring it out here for the TikTok. There we go. You guys can see that spiral, and then you guys can definitely catch that spiral in there. Okay, we got to pop a little hole. This is exactly where the hook will go for the ornament. So we're going to make a little hole. This is where the hook is going to be put on. And what I do like about this, it doesn't necessarily have to be just Christmas. You can put this out all year round. Yeah, that color is definitely going to come into play when it cools off. Right now it looks a little faded, but it'll definitely come into play when it cools. So now we're going to spin this up on the other side and create a little micro dot spiral. Yeah, this will look good all year round. You can put this out in your yard. It is completely weatherproof. I don't care if it freezes or gets to 140 degrees. You're not going to hurt this ornament or this bauble. It's completely weatherproof. It can withstand about a 900 degree Fahrenheit thermal shock. So between 0 and 900, somewhere in between there, you're good to go. And if you're hitting 900 degrees, you got bigger problems than worrying about if your ornament's going to crack. All right, here we go. So we're pulling it down. We're getting those dots to spiral around. Oh, this is looking cool. I'm liking it. I'm definitely liking it. Pull this excess off right here. So we got this little bottle up here we're going to flatten out. I think this is going to be the cooler side. I'm debating, but I think this is going to be the cooler of the two sides. And here we go. Oh, you hear that little whistle? Even this one wanted to whistle a little bit. I don't even need that. It's working out perfect. Okay, I'll bring this out here for you guys. Now you can see that. And we'll bring it out there. Hopefully you can see a little bit of that. The spiral in the middle is just wicked. And we're going to put a little hook on it, and this one is completed then. Loop, swoop, and attach. And then that's going right where that hole is. So we're going to cover 99% of that hole up. We don't always cover it all up. You want to leave a little bit of airflow for stability right there. Yep, you can hear I left a little bit on there. Push that down. And we're going to smooth it out. Make sure we're straight, we're a millimeter off. Oh, that's way off, hold on. Gotta fix that. There we go. Okay, and then we just grab it, pop it off. And I can bring it out here. You can see the colors, and then this side too. And same thing on TikTok. We can bring it out here. You can start to see those colors. Now those colors are going to come in a lot brighter after it sits in the kiln for a little while. As that silver bakes in there, it's going to get much, much brighter. And that will be the epic part of it. Okay, that is about as much as I can fit in my kiln safely right at the moment. I will take a few moments. Have I ever got burned accidentally? Yeah, little burns. I will take some questions if you guys have any questions. Feel free to type them in chat and I'll try and answer them as much as I can. Thank you, Wendy. So yeah, if you have any questions, definitely put them in chat and I can hopefully answer them. James, I love the purple and excited about the hummingbird on the way. Oh yeah, that's going to be amazing. So yeah, I'll give it a second to see if there's any questions at all. Red almost looks like the movie man from Snowy River. I don't know about that. Never seen Snowy River. Yes, I do have a website, thefieryguy.com. Mohammed, what's up? How you doing? Philip, thank you so much, Philip. Thank you for that chat, Philip. I appreciate you so much. You are always such a kind person. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you have any questions, I'll message you about the pen because we need one more. Okay, Red Squeak. I have a lot of pens on hand, Red Squeak, too. Do I make a good living? Yeah, I do okay. Yeah, I've been doing this 32 years, and it's been my main income for 32 years. Do I repair any glass pieces? Depends on the glass piece. I don't really normally do repairs. But we do have a series that we did yesterday where we take broken glass and I turn it into something kind of amazing. I'll turn it into another piece of art. So if you have like broken glass that's really sentimental, I can take it and manipulate it into something cool. And that's kind of the way what I've been doing. We just did it last night. So if you want to go watch the stream from last night, you'll see it actually in there. What's the hardest ornament I've ever done? Hardest ornament. I don't think I have one that's been like super difficult. I don't have anything that I've done. The one that I'm going to do that's very hard is going to be, I made that little mini hummingbird and we're going to insert a couple hummingbirds in a little flower inside an ornament. So the ornament's going to be all clear. And then there's going to be a hummingbird flower scene in there and a couple others I have ideas for, but little micro glass birds and stuff inside the ornament. That one's going to be tough. That one I know I'm going to have a hard time with that one. That's going to be a monster to do. But all right, doesn't look like there's too many questions. So I appreciate Melissa. Thank you very much. So I'm going to sign off and I will see you all tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to do Freaky Friday. I may even have a new hairdo. Who knows? I don't know if I could do any other hairdos because my hair is always spiky. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good night.